Is this happening to you? Then you're in the right place for video game training. In this video, we're going to take a look at how to defeat the Mother of Fingers on Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erdtree. Okay, so let's jump into the fight. What I'll do is show you the fight first, and then afterwards I'll show you the gear that we used and my character's stats. We'll be doing this solo using no summons. I'm going to show you two different variants of this boss guide. Version 1 is going to be more of a ranged tactic, and version 2 is going to be more of an up close and personal melee tactic. Alright, so first of all we're going to use Bestial Vitality to give us HP regen, and then Flame Grant Me Strength to increase our physical attack. We're then going to run this way a little bit, whip out the Serpent Bow and Serpent Arrows, and start firing off some poison arrows from roughly around here. Sometimes these fingers can tank the laser, which wasn't the case for the first laser there, but that's all good. The first task is to apply poison. So poison is applied. We can see the green aura on her body, and her health is ticking on down from the poison. Next task is to apply Scarlet Rot. So we have switched over to the Rot arrows. We've just hit the arena's edge there. I'm just going to run right a little bit because I want to show you the different colours on the auras on her body. If you take a look now, you can see that the aura is red. So we've got the poison applied and the Scarlet Rot is applied. Both of those things are ticking her health down, so that's good stuff. Next, I'll show you the cookery items. What these do is build up bleed and then eventually get a bleed proc. So just backing up here. For this laser, just roll diagonally through it and you should be good. That's the first bleed proc. As you can see, the bleed procs do massive damage against this boss. For this attack here, you want to roll as you see the orb glow really bright. And you should avoid the explosion. She's going to try and make her way over to us at this point. She likes to go into the crazy laser attack where there's like two massive lasers spinning around the arena. And she doesn't usually do that unless she's quite close. So she tries to close the distance at this point. She's gone for the spin to win. For this particular one, if you're quite far away, then the attack just completely misses. But she tries to do that to get close to you. We've gone back to the poison arrows here. This is the crazy laser that I was talking about. We're going to shield up through that. I actually don't know how to avoid the first laser. It always gets me no matter what I do, so I just go for a shield for that one. For the rest of the lasers, you can stand quite close and they will just miss. Stand quite close to the center bit there and they should miss. You can technically just finish off the fight here if you want to with Corpse Piler, and that is that. These are the talismans that we use for the range strategy. We use the Arrow Sting talisman to increase our arrow damage by 10%, and we combine that with the Ritual Sword talisman, which increases our damage by another 10%. The Ritual Sword talisman is only effective if your HP is full. The rest of the gear that we used I'll show you after I show you the melee strategy. Next, we'll take a look at the up close and personal stance break melee tactic. First of all, we'll use Bestial Vitality for HP regen. Then Flame Grant Me Strength to increase our physical attack. We're then going to pop a Seppuku to increase our physical attack some more. Then we're going to head on in towards the boss. We can still apply poison with the poison arrows. It only really takes a few shots to apply it, so we might as well just whack in those arrows as we close the distance here. And then we're going to be going for guard counters, jumping heavy attacks, fully charged heavy attacks, and stuff like that. All of that stuff will break the stance. So a guard counter in there, shield up. We're going to roll through that one, jump in heavy attack, shield up. She's ran away, so we're going to close the distance, although she's kind of dragged us along with her there. We've got a guard counter in there, so the stance is broken. We can pop in a critical strike, and you can always use this chance to heal. So you can be a little bit more aggressive with this strategy because you get a chance to heal after the critical strike. She's going to go for a phase change, so we're going to run away, and then we're going to shield up. You can just shield this explosion if you want to. Then we're going to get back into the swing of the fight. Let's see what she's got for us. These explosive orbs. These can be a little bit tricky, so we're just going to get some distance there. Jumping heavy attack there. It's worth mentioning that if you hit her in the stomach, it actually does a bit more damage, so ideally place your attacks into her stomach if possible. This is quite tricky to avoid if it's really close. You can sometimes roll through like that. You could also try shield him. I can never really avoid this first laser, so I just tank it with the shield. Then run towards the center. You can fire in some arrows here if you want to, while it's just doing that. If you want to reapply the poison. You could also use this chance to rebuff if you want to. And the Flask of Wondrous Physic. So once that's done, you can head on in. Get back to the melee strategy. I think she's gone for the spin to win. I can't really see her, so I'm just going to tank that one with the Flask of Wondrous Physic. Then we're going to go back to the shield strategy and go for the guard counters. Guard counter again. See what else she's got. She's gone for the run away. So chase, roll diagonally through, jump in heavy attack. She's run away again. She likes running away today by the looks of things. Jump in heavy attack. She's gone for the spin to win once again. We'll try and roll it. Managed to get it. Sometimes it's worth just shielding that one. I'm going to roll through. Jump in heavy. Should be quite close to a stance break. Yep, there we go. And we also got a bleed proc in there as well. So that is that. That is the fight. This is the gear, equipment and talismans that we used in this fight. Whilst we take a look at this, I just want to say it's massively important to be collecting the Erdtree fragments. You then want to be using the Erdtree fragments at a site of grace to increase your Erdtree blessing level. By increasing your blessing level, it increases the damage that you deal and it decreases the damage that you take. So if you're massively stuck on a boss fight, I'd recommend leaving the boss fight for a while and then going to find some Erdtree fragments, then come back to the boss fight after you've leveled up your blessing levels a bit. These blessing levels only apply to your character in the DLC. If you've got any hints, tips or tricks of your own for this fight, then feel free to let us know in the comments. Some more videos from me have just popped up on the screen. If you enjoyed this video, then it's likely you'll enjoy one of those as well. Other than that, thank you so much for watching and enjoy the rest of your day.